From the weather team you can trust, here's Chief Meteorologist Eric Snyder.
Now, for some of us here in Western New York, this is still going to be a night, especially through the first part of the night here, where you're going to have some additional moving around of some of that snowfall. The plows are still going to be out there. But the fact remains we are transitioning away from this particular round of now lake effect snow. 12 degrees, our current temperature at the airport. The wind is out of the west at 15 miles per hour. That in and of itself is not a huge number, but when that's not a huge number, you don't need huge numbers here to get numbers like that. That drives your wind chill down to 4 below 0. We need to get used to that. I think the wind chills are going to be much colder than that over these next subsequent several nights coming our way. SatRad right now, one band, two bands, and then in between that, you've got about a 50% crescent moon that is pretty easily visible right now, especially near and just south of the Rochester area. North of the Rochester area, that is where light to moderate snow continues to fall. You could clearly see the band now located at its heaviest on the north side of Sodus toward about Wolcott and Fairhaven, just west of Oswego. Behind the scenes here, the overall flow is starting to shift. And as we know with lake effect, it does not take much of a shift in wind direction to have some pretty dramatic implications on what the lake effect is going to do and what it's going to look like. Note this little guy south of Buffalo and Orchard Park is making progress as it rides northward along the thruway. That is a sign that the flow is changing, turning more to a southwest direction, which will nudge our Lake Ontario band farther off to the north as well and keep the breezy conditions going with wind chills below 0 through the better part of the night. Forecast snowfall from here. Another fluffy inch or so for the next couple of hours, but after that the band will end up being gone before it makes a return visit, and it will end up doing that into tomorrow night and early Wednesday, which will very likely add some additional minor to moderate accumulations, mainly along 104, usual spots there. It's fun to watch with Future View. The band goes up, and we've got temperatures tomorrow that just barely get into the low teens. Front comes by, and then the band drops back down. There it is into Tuesday night. There's your accumulation potential with wind chills maybe pushing 10 below 0 by Wednesday morning, and then it gets pushed back up to the north over the lake. We do it all over again on Wednesday with highs only into the low teens. One more, you know, we're friendly around here. Band drops back down one more time going into Thursday afternoon. So it's this dip and dive kind of stuff that's going to spray the accumulation potential and obviously make it easier to handle when you're doing this just in small bursts. But it does keep the reality alive that it's going to still snow moving forward, and it's going to still be plenty cold moving forward too, with temperatures all the way into the end of the week and the start of the weekend way below 0. I think we're going to be talking wind chills double digits below 0 all the way through Saturday morning during these overnights, with dangerously cold air setting up across the southeast United States. I got some good and I got some not good on that 8 day if you want some warmer weather. I will deliver you that warmer weather into next week. Highs will end up climbing into the 20s. Here's the not great news as we try to do our best to maybe melt some of the snow away. Ensemble guidance tonight, Teresa, which goes out like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Suggests that none of those 14 days ever make it above 32.